So it's an honor to
Awesome.
meet you, bro. All
Yeah.
right. Hey guys, welcome to Word from Home, episode 13 by Start Somewhere Media, where we speak to athletes, artists, and creatives sharing their story to inspire the next generation to start somewhere. Our special guest today is a two-time NBA champion with the Los Angeles Lakers and former Sydney Kings player, now co-captain in the Big Three for the Killer Threes, philanthropist and entrepreneur Josh Powell. Josh, welcome to
What's
the show,
going
man.
on?
What's up, man?
Appreciate it, brothers. Appreciate it. I like how you made that purple and gold reference going from the Lakers to the Kings. So I see what you did there.
100%. Me and my friends actually in 2017 we came out to watch you.
Nice. Okay.
You and Steve Blake, we came out to watch you.
Steve, that's my guy.
That's your guy.
Yeah.
As I was saying off camera, it's an honor to be able to speak to a former Laker, and I actually run the Laker Nation Australia page. So shout out to them. This is a big deal for me. I know they'd be excited to hear from you. And a few of my boys actually, like I said, we went to that Kings game to watch you and Steve play. First and foremost, how are you and your family doing?
Everyone is safe. To be honest, I feel that the Most High has been keeping everyone covered. We haven't had anything crazy, no scares, no nothing. So just taking it one day at a time.
Yeah, and you're in Vegas right now for the Big Three, right?
Yes, sir.
How's Killer Threes looking for the season?
Oh, man, we are 0-2 to start. Got a big one tomorrow, so we definitely got to make sure we get this win. But I'm feeling really good about it. I think we're going to get on a better page tomorrow and be on the right path by the end of it. So look forward to it.
Beautiful. I got to ask you, there was this clip during the conference finals of the 09 team. So this is how I reached out to you, but there was that 09 team, and I need to know, there was not a smile in sight, no hats, no T-shirts after winning the West. Kobe even walks away before the interview with Ernie Johnson ends, and you're back there. That's what got me out to reach out to you. I just want to know what was said inside that locker room after the win.
That we didn't come here to win a Western Conference, championship.
Yeah.
We came to finish the job. So before when the game was over with and before like media and stuff like that, he was like, "Don't smile, no nothing. We're gonna let everybody know we mean business."
Yeah.
And it just came out looking like that. Like it was just crazy. But it's obviously an intense and powerful clip, and something that especially after both teams were moving on into the finals, that you see that, and it just goes to show like the difference in mentalities, like teams that are used to being in that position versus other teams. And it's no disrespect, because I think that it's awesome. Like if you want to celebrate, then celebrate.
Of course.
You know what I mean? But it's just, again, it just goes to show just the differences in franchises, players, and all of that. Because, the messaging was like, we come here to finish a bigger job. So we're not satisfied with where we're at.
Job's not finished. And there's a big difference between what you guys did compared to, like, I know you won't throw them under the bus, but the Phoenix Suns, after they won the West, they were like throwing a parade.
They both, because them and Milwaukee were, they were celebrating, they were happy, as they should. But watching Phoenix fold the way that they did in this playoff run were of the 05-06 season when I was with the Mavericks, and we went up and we kicked Miami and went 2-0 in convincing fashion. And we were up 15, 3 minutes to go, and man, we sank harder than anything else. So I definitely understood what was going on with that Phoenix team. And, you know, obviously when everything's going your way, it's easier to make plays and cheer and do this and do that. And once things stopped going their way, you saw a huge shift. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. And they didn't even come back for one. They didn't even get one back.
That's the thing about playoffs. When that energy changes like that, all it takes is one game.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all.
Speaking of that intensity that you had right after you guys won the West, and obviously it was led by Kobe, what did Kobe mean to you?
Kobe meant to me, I mean, he was a brother, friend, a teammate, an amazing husband, amazing father, just how he was able to touch so many people's lives, you know, with a basketball or with his presence. And just taking pages out of his book, you know, to be able to add to mine and just parent and be a better person, a man, you know, at a higher level, and just being able to operate in a healthy, on a healthy, higher level is, you know, just important.
For sure. You're from Charleston, South Carolina. What was your childhood and upbringing like?
So I was born in Charleston. My mom left my dad at an early age. So I've been in Atlanta since a baby, like all I knew. Grew up on the south side of Atlanta by the airport in College Park. So, you know, just experiencing those city ways, like bigger city ways. And I don't know, it's just a lot of things are just culturally different in Atlanta versus the cultural differences of Charleston.
Which is the South, right? For people in Australia that don't know.
Yeah, but it's still all the South. But there are a lot of glaring differences, you know what I mean? So
yeah. When did you know that you had something and you could make it to the NBA?
When did I know I had something? So for me, to be honest, when I was growing and developing and getting better at basketball, I was thinking I can get a scholarship.
Of course.
It didn't hit me until junior year, that summer going into senior year. Right, give or take. But I know it was during high school around that time where I was like, man, I can play on this type of level, especially because when we were traveling and doing AAU, you're playing against the best of the best.
Yeah.
So now you're going up against guys who are potential first rounders, potential second rounders, even though they're in high school, okay? But it didn't really click until, you know, junior, senior season. There we go.
In high school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in high school. Yeah.
And
because again, like it was the transition of I'm going to get a free education from this. And then junior year, it's like, because that was pretty much like my final year of AAU and playing against high talent, because the next year, you know, I'm going to be graduating and then I'm off to college.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it didn't dawn on me until like, I'm not just going to get a free ride to school. I think I can turn this into other opportunities, and live my dreams out, you know. So other people that from the time they exit the womb, it's like easy. They know what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it was a lot of ups and downs and figuring things out. My first two sports were football and baseball. And I came on to basketball late. So, you know, all in all, still with a lot of hard work and effort, you know, and then the creator leading me to obviously worked out the way that it needed to.
Yeah. For someone that made it to the highest level, I've been following you on your page and on social media and such. I admire the way you talk about being present, believing in yourself and your purpose. Can you speak more on that?
I feel that because of the world we live in today, everything is like you can get it now, right? At the click of a button, information. You could reach out to your favorite celebrity. You can, I mean, there's so many things, you know what I mean, that can happen because, we're blessed to have technology. It's the gift and the curse. And that's just my opinion. But there's so much power that comes from a person who can sit still, quiet their mind, be present, staying in the moment, and how you're able to manifest or bring things to you or gain clarity from situations or relationships or circumstances that you typically wouldn't because you're ripping, you're running, you're all over the place. And sometimes we got to sit down in order to gain clarity, to get those answers that we truly need.
I definitely understand that because, with everything that happened last year with 2020, how crazy it was for everyone. Instead of just doing your 9 to 5, going into the office every day, trying to commute, get in and out by train and such, we were at home. A lot of us were stuck, and I started this. I had in my thoughts like, well, what more is my purpose? Like, what more can I do to be able to inspire? Plus, Kobe's passing. He was my biggest idol. That's why, what more can I do to inspire other people to do the things and pursue the things that they really love and are passionate about, right?
Right. I think that I'm not sure if you're asking me, but you're asking, right?
I'm asking you.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying that, we had that time to just sit down and be present last year because instead of just being in that rat race trying to get in and out of work, we were able to think a lot of different things. What more can I do in this world?
Yeah, and I think for one, I think people have to get back to loving themselves and knowing who they are.
Yeah.
Because then when you're doing things that you're passionate about, you're able to give maximum effort into those things. I just had a conversation with somebody downstairs because they were asking me, like, for example, about my foundation. And it's like, well, how's it going? What are y'all doing and how major, is the amount of serving that you're doing in the community? And I told him, I said, I don't base anything off the numbers. If we serve one person a day, I know that I've done my job. And that's the thing that matters. Like, I think so many times it's like, we got to have the look. We need to have everybody tuned in. We got to, sell thousands of this or sell thousands of that. And that's not necessarily true. If you help one person a day, think about that. And there's 365 days out the year, and you start multiplying those numbers, you're creating change.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest ways that you do that is how you live your life. You have to be an example. You have to be somebody that people can relate to and that they can understand. Nobody knows your life better than you. Nobody knows your experiences better than you. So only you can give the message that you need to give. You know what I mean? Like, nobody can take that away from you. But if you're working on and being the best version of yourself, now you can go out here and really perform the way that you need to in order to be everything that the Most High has created for you to be. Whatever that looks like, I don't know. You could be a mentor, you could be a dentist, you could be whatever that is, but now you're doing something that you love, and you're doing it on a maximum level. And then the people who are embracing you, who are able to be blessed to be in your presence, they can feel that. That's what motivates them to be like, whoa, wait a minute. What do you do again? Oh, dang. What types of things do you practice? Like, what's a part of your morning routine? Let me add that to mine. That's how you get to those conversations, because people are intrigued by your message or the way that you move.
Yeah. Well, that's for sure. That's why I've really gone out to be able to link up with people like you, people that I looked up to growing up, to be able to allow them, get them to share their story. We'll never know that. I think of it this way. I might get only 100 views or so, but if there's one person out there that listens to this and they go, Josh Powell from the LA Lakers, from the Sydney Kings, that, played in the NBA at the highest of highs, man, and they got something out of it to pursue what they want to do. That's all I'm happy about, you know, so one person to really go for it.
Right.
We'll get back to your 21 Reasons to Give Foundation at the end. But I just want to know, you know, basketball's taken you and your family globally from, you know, Los Angeles to China, Greece. What was your experience like playing for the Sydney Kings? Did you ever imagine visiting all these countries as a kid?
I didn't, but I'll tell you this, like, it was a great opportunity to play for them.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that I enjoyed the most, well, two things. One, for sure, is the relationships that I built over there. Like, Australia has some of the most beautiful, amazing people that I've come across. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't know the history of Australia or other things like that, but I was blessed to build relationships with people that, again, I still talk to this day. Like Levi, for example, one of the young men that used to come to games and be a part of the locker room celebrations. I just talked to him not too long ago.
Yeah.
You know, one of the other families that I met, like, I talk to them a couple times a week. Like, we stay in touch, and the list goes on. Like, just, you know, amazing people. And then I had the best time that I've had compared to any other city. Australia has so much stuff to do. It's ridiculous. Yeah. So it kept me busy, from like jet boating to the wax museum to, you know, the harbor to Cirque du Soleil. Was it Bruno Mars? Whoever had a concert over there. Like, I've been able to do some things, and it's like, yo, this is really crazy. Crazy.
It is a beautiful city out here, and I know how big of like the fandoms out here. Plus, they're like, we embrace. I'm sure that you felt that, like, we embrace foreigners or people that come, like, you know, players that come, import players that come in. We really embrace them, especially if they're a Laker, a former Laker, or something like that.
Right.
What was the difference between, you know, the two? Can't say the two leagues, but like, what's a glaring difference? Because LaMelo Ball, Rookie of the Year, came from here.
The physicality in Australia is not even close.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's another reason why LaMelo is having the success that he's having.
It's easier for him to get to the hole in the NBA.
In the NBA, it's easier. I'll say that. I'm not saying it's easy, but out of respect for the game and those who have laid the way, I think it's easier.
Yeah. Well, we can kind of see that with the warm-up games of the FIBA, not FIBA, for the Olympics. You could see that the Team USA were like trying to bait for fouls, and it wasn't happening. The FIBA refs were like, "No, that's not a foul." They just let him play, and the Australian team were just going with it. So that was the glaring difference between the two leagues.
I mean, in my opinion, obviously coaching, you know, schemes, things like that. I think that's like the obvious on what are going to be the differences. But just trying to, in a sense, nitpick what are those little things and what do they look like. You know, that's the difference for me.
Do you think it'll be good for young players, future prospects, to come out here before the NBA, just like LaMelo did?
I think it's a valuable option for sure. You know, shortened season, it gives, I apologize for rubbing my eye, but something just fell in. It's a shortened season for one, but for two, it gives you a chance to play against grown men.
Yeah.
Something that you know what I'm saying, maybe not do. I don't know, you know, what everybody's plan is, but I think that it's a valuable option. And I think that that'll get you ready for anything, because the way the game is played over there, just a lot of things that can help turn you into a pro. And to be honest, I feel like that's why a lot of international players are so ready when they do come. Like the ones who are high, you know what I'm saying, picks or people that they predict will have strong careers for the most part. I feel they do so well is because they got professional experience underneath their belt. Like nothing is going to be better than having experience. Like,
yeah. Plus the games out here, we went like we grew up playing team ball. Like we would, because we weren't probably the most talented individually, but we would learn how to get in by playing within the team, right? Compared to you guys, I'm sure in your when you guys grow up through high school and that, you guys were really trying to ball out individually. 3A.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But again, it's different when you're a kid playing against other kids or when you're a kid playing against grown men. And you pick it up.
That makes sense. Like Luca.
Right.
Just before we wrap it up, I know you got a game tomorrow and you've taken your time and it's laid out in Vegas. I just want to know what's next for you. I know you've got 21 Reasons to Give Foundation. Can you speak more on that? And I saw T-shirt Shorty. Shout out T-shirt Shorty.
Well, first of all, man, I truly appreciate you. You know, just giving love and shouting out both. 21 Reasons to Give, again, is 21reasonstogive.org. We have 21 different principles, which is 21 different ways that we serve in the community. We're definitely going to zero in on a couple of different subject matters, mental health being one and single fathers being two. So we have our purpose. We have the way that we're going to go about serving. We have been an official foundation for the last 11 years, still going strong. And we're just gearing up to have, you know, an amazing year, bring that to a close, and then get ready for 2021. And from a clothing line standpoint, t-shirtshouted.co. It is a clothing company that my kids and I started. So it's basically a brand that is big on affirmations, big on positivity and spreading love, just getting people to see themselves for who they are and how they are and take ownership of that. And we have those serious, you know, tees, and we also have humor tees, you know, just all feel good, simple, but strong, straight to the point. You know, some of this stuff, we don't have to reinvent the wheel, but, you know, we all feel good about it. These are great shirts, great products. The people love them. We have, you know, reoccurring customers, which is always a good thing. So yeah, just staying the course with it, and, you know, working on another project now. I'll be able to tell you that one later on down the line.
I'm sure we'll catch up again.
We definitely will. But yeah, it's just, you know, we're just serving at the end of the day.
I love that. I love the spirit of positivity that you bring. Josh, I just want to say thank you. Once again, thank you for sharing your time with us. To the two-time NBA champ, Josh Powell, we appreciate you for sharing your story, spreading positivity. Even responding to my message was a big deal for me. And I look forward to meeting you in person. So good luck with the rest of the Big 3 tournament, my man.
I truly appreciate it. And hey, keep doing what you're doing, brother. I appreciate the opportunity you bringing me on. I thoroughly enjoyed it. You know, I just want to make sure I give you your roses too, because I'll keep doing interviews. A lot of times, you know, we got to be able to tell y'all thank you and keep doing what you're doing as well. So I pray all is well. I know we'll get in touch with each other. You know, I know you had a few ideas. So whatever I could do to help or serve, like I said, I'm here, man. And thank you again for the opportunity.
Thanks, Josh. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Josh Powell, everyone. That was a real cool interview that I got to do and just sit down, really get to know Josh as the person behind the NBA player that we used to watch growing up. For me especially, you know, watching those championship teams in high school, 2009, 2010, Kobe, Powell, and Josh was always there. Like he was always, he'd come in, he would be one of the Lakers fan favorites, and it was just cool really getting to know him as a human. I wish I did ask him a few more other things, but I know we'll catch up in the future because he said we were gonna. Like we have a few ideas that we want to work on, and that'll be cool. You know, when I get to meet him in person. Just want to thank Josh for, you know, giving us his time and sharing his story. And I'll leave all the links down below.
If you guys are new here to this channel, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Give us a like. It helps us trigger that algorithm. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn. Try and get that content out. Let's see who's next. This episode wouldn't have been possible without cyber1systems.com.au. I'll leave all the details around here down below. I'll leave a link as well. If you guys in Sydney or Australia-wide need help with IT services, get in contact with them. They built me a computer so that I'm able to edit all our content efficiently. If you need help with like web platforms or creating an app or developing something for your brand, yeah, definitely get in contact with them. Let them know that I sent you, and they'll help you out. I'm pretty sure. I'm sure of it. And we'll see you next time.